Good evening. It's Motivational Monday, and Luann Beekler. How are you this evening? It's actually not Monday. It's a Sunday afternoon, and I have to first start by apologizing for missing you last Monday evening. I got held up in my travels to Napa, California, and didn't get to my hotel in time to log in. So we had little technical difficulties, we'll call it, and so I missed you. But the good news is I have Cody Cooper back with us this evening, and so we're going to talk a little bit about energy work. And before we get to that, I am still, if you can tell, a hotel room behind me, still in Napa, California, at a conference of amazing transformational leaders. So I have had an awesome week with some interesting experiences happening. And, one of the messages they said, no one's perfect. So forgiveness for missing last Monday. Things happen, or you can look at it as everything's perfect and it's perfect timing, right? And so probably, I'm guessing, that I was really meant to have this conversation with Cody tonight for you all based on the experiences that I had this week around the energy in this room. So, Cody, one of the things that happened for me was I don't fancy myself an energy worker. I mean, I never think of it that way, but we all are, aren't we?
Yes, everything is energy.
Everything is energy, and we all have the ability to work with that energy when we tune into that frequency.
Correct?
Yeah. And so the people in the meeting that were having let's say, an emotionally charged discussion, right? Where we're very loving people, but when some people are in pain because of something that happened, there still can be conflict and disagreement. And that's what was going on in the room. And I really can't share any more details than that at this point in time due to people's privacy. But for me, what I did, because I felt the room was what was going on, is I sat back and I put my arms out, spread my arms out, and I just poured love out of my heart. I'm like, I just want to pour love into this room because so many people are in so much pain. And that's really a big piece of me. If you know me, that's me. People tell me I have a really big heart. And I just want people to feel love and joy, Yeah. And so there's 150 people in the room having this emotionally charged discussion, and I'm sitting on the sidelines, if you will, just pouring love into the room with all my thought and energy that I could muster. And tears are running down my face, and I can feel in my hands the heaviness, the weight of this discussion, of the energy in the room from this discussion. And it was all over, and a man I've never met before comes up and taps me on the shoulder at our break time, and he said, I want you to know that I saw what you were doing. You have amazing power. Thank you for holding the space for all of us to have that discussion. And I was like, whoa, was I really accomplishing something? It's sometimes hard to believe that we have that kind of ability. So folks, for after right now that I've told my story, because I'm so excited about it, Cody Cooper and I just met. And the minute I met Cody, he said, Luann, I was supposed to meet you. Your name's been coming to me. And I'm like, wow. So I really want to get to know. So Cody, tell us a little bit about yourself and then give me some feedback on my story.
Okay. Well, I'm Cody Cooper. I went to Winona State University and graduated with a bachelor's degree in exercise and rehabilitative science and a minor in business administration. And after that, I did my internship in Rochester, and I've been a personal trainer ever since. Then randomly, I got into energy work and Reiki and the whole spiritual side of things after a bunch of different injuries, I guess.
So when you say personal trainer, it's personal athletic, physical fitness kind of trainer, right?
Yep. And I try and think of personal training more on the level of looking at all aspects of health, where you're still looking at your mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, environmental health, because I think it all goes together. And you're coaching a lot in personal training too.
Right.
Learned as I went. And I incorporated into the more spiritual side of things and just the energy work. And, that has pulled me in many, many different directions. And it's
We're getting a little technical difficulty here. You were coming in and out for a minute. So speak to us more about the energy work. How did you find the Reiki?
So my boyfriend Matt, he works at a chiropractic clinic, and he brought a DVD back that was just a long distance attunement, and I looked at it and I was just like, I need to do that. I don't know why, but I need to watch that video, and I did, and I read a book on it, and I don't know, it really hit home, I guess, and it was just something I could relate to in a way, and kind of came naturally, if that makes sense. And it was something that, I don't know, just hit a spark within me, I guess. And that just drove everything forward. So
I love that, because that's exactly what I want for people, is to find that spark in their life, right? That thing
yep.
that turns them on, whatever it is,
Yep.
And no pun intended, because that energy really does turn us on, right? I love
Yep.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so what can you share about what I experienced this week in my...
Well, I think when you're asking just about if everyone can do energy work, which I think it is something that everyone can do. Everything is energy, everything is a vibration. So when you look at things like that, just saying any prayers for people, setting a positive intention, keeping your thoughts pure and clean, and just trying to really accomplish what you want to accomplish, just having that intention creates a higher vibration, if that makes sense. So as you're doing that, automatically, I think people are radiating out a higher frequency, and just those thoughts alone, and with your higher power, whatever you believe in, having faith and trust in that really sends out a positive vibe. It sends out that intention. And so maybe you were picking up on that a little bit. Some people are more sensitive to energy than others. And with feeling or sensing or dealing with energy in general, Reiki requires attunements. So that's a spiritual ceremony or ritual that you go through to be attuned to the energy. Some people are natural, where they just feel it. They know it's something that's a part of them. Some people really have to strive to use that energy and really become attuned to it, I guess, or just learn about it in general. But your experience, I think you have it right, where you're thinking of opening up your heart. That is probably the biggest thing that you can do, and one of the most challenging things that people struggle with, I think, too. And so just opening up your heart, allowing you to feel love and to give love and have that positive intention, so important. And I think you're able to give out a lot of that energy. And just, I think when you have that positive intention and you're pure of heart, it comes naturally. You don't have to think about it. It is just something beyond us that you cannot always put words on. And that's something that I struggle with sometimes, of just speaking about it, because sometimes words don't just do justice. And I think anyone who's experienced a positive experience with energy work, or just a positive experience in general, sometimes there isn't words to put on it. And, that is okay.
That reminds me of another transformational leader that I follow. His name is Don Miguel Ruiz, and he wrote The Four Agreements. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it.
Yep.
Yeah.
We have that in our office. We got one of those. So.
Of course you are, right?
Yeah.
So I've had the pleasure of meeting Don Miguel Ruiz. He's
Awesome.
a short little guy like me.
Awesome.
And this man exudes unconditional love. I mean, you can just feel it. I hug and I hug everyone. And when I hug this man, I'm like, I don't want to let go. I mean, it was just like melting into love. And when Don Miguel got on stage and did his presentation, he said, the minute we as human beings try and put our feelings, what that love feels like, into words, it's no longer the truth. Because there are no words to articulate it. There's nothing that can really reach that truth more than our heart can. So I thought that was pretty cool. And I think that's kind of what you're saying, why it's hard to put some of this into words, what you can do with the energy and how that makes people feel. And
major things with the wording of things, I think some words can really express, and they have a higher frequency, just as gratitude or faith and trust. I agree with you on that point. I do think just having that, it can do good and it can do bad, because sometimes you can feel, that positive vibration. You can feel what's coming out of it. And I think words can sometimes describe that. And other times, I don't think words do justice.
Right.
Of course, I lose my train of thought as I'm trying to explain exactly what I was getting at. It'll come up again if I need it to. So
there you go. And if it's meant to be said, right? That's the way we operate.
yes.
One of my first Reiki experiences, I had a migraine headache in the morning at a meeting, and Reiki master, I guess I'll say, was in the meeting. And I said, oh my gosh, I have to do a training this afternoon. Can you help me get rid of this headache? And she worked on me for, I think it was about an hour. And during that session, I saw a blinding flash of white light, like I've never seen before. The purest white light flashed before my eyes. She cured my headache. It was gone when I left. I went to my training that afternoon, and literally, I was feeling like I was floating. And someone in the meeting went, Luann, what's going on with you? Like, what are you smoking? You're floating around the room. And I'm like, I just had the best healing session. It's so amazing. I get technical difficulties. You look like you're frozen on me, Cody. Oh, I think we've lost Cody for a minute. His picture is there, but no voice. So one of the things Cody said to me, are you back? You're trying to talk. Is that the energy vibrations that Cody puts off sometimes challenge his technology and interfere with technology. And since he's sitting in Rochester, Minnesota, and I'm out here in California, we're also a distance apart. So anyway, so you offer Reiki appointments, right?
Sure do.
And what's the name of your business?
So I do a new beginning. And so, yeah, I do Reiki, I do long distance Reiki, I do soul healing, soul cleansing, just cleansing, purifying your aura. I mean, pretty much it all goes hand in hand. And I do intuitive readings, which you can call intuitive, you can call no. Yeah, that's pretty much.
So if someone calls,
oh, I know. I don't doubt it. I just have faith and trust.
You just have faith and trust that whatever comes up is what you need to deal with. Is that what you're saying?
In a way, but in what I need to deal with isn't how I would word it. I would word it more as, someone that I need to heal, someone that I need to help in some sort of way. And I just have faith and trust and do my best in every single situation. So,
which, just in and of itself is a good practice for all of us as individuals, right? Instead of going into worry, doubt, and panic, have faith and trust that all things are happening in their perfect order, and that it's all going to work out in the end, or that whatever is happening was meant to happen, whether it's someone sitting in an office somewhere, or what you do and what I do. And you're frozen again. So that's a huge piece of it. And I think having faith in myself, that as I would ask of anyone, to have belief in the fact that you have the power to heal with this energy, is a huge piece of it. I had to, and you said something, you said purity of heart, right? In that moment, I was just only in that room loving and caring for those people. That's all I wanted for them. And I, in fact, someone had to like tap me out of it, and go, come on, you gotta go, because I had lost myself in. Yeah, that happens to you.
Yeah. Well, I can understand where you're coming from. So I can see it on a deeper level in what you're talking about. Yes. And I think you just being there and being able to help, that's a blessing, and a blessing for many people. So.
Right. So we are blessed with this. We are blessed, and people know this, right? They know all things are energy, and you are energy, and I am energy, and so then wrapping our head around the fact that we can heal with that energy is fascinating. A woman here also told a story about a near-death experience that she had, where she was in the emergency room, and she was sort of in and out of consciousness, but not really. Like, she knew when she was in her body and could see the doctors and nurses working on her. And then there were other times when she was in a different state of consciousness where she could see colors, more of the aura. Okay. She said when people said something positive, like, she's going to be okay, then beautiful colors streamed out of their mouth. And when someone was in a panic and said, oh, we're going to lose her, that awful, dark, negative colors came out of their mouth and went into her body. And fortunately, she was like conscious enough to go, hey, I want to fight for this because I want to come back and tell everybody what I saw. And so she brought it to the fact, and you already said it, and I always say it, words are powerful. They carry a vibration.
Yep. Well, and I think that's the biggest thing, is they are powerful, and just trying to watch your words and what you do speak to others is a very, very positive thing, and powerful thing. So trying to keep your mindset positive, trying to keep your words positive, and, really trying to say positive affirmations, I think, is probably one of the best things that anyone can adopt. Just saying, I am grateful, I am, worthy, I am thankful, I am a divine being. Just anything that really hits home, that resonates with you, gives me chills as I say it. It's something that I think can improve your day every single day, and I really do think that can go a long way. So that's something that I encourage with all of my clients, and something that I would like to share just with everyone, because I really do think that it could improve and better a lot of people's lives.
I love that one. Thank you for bringing that up. And that could be the tip of the week. Really, one simple thing that Cody and I could tell you to do in a daily practice. It's a simple ritual, and I actually do this. And I have adopted doing it with the alphabet. So I will start with I am, and then come up with a positive word that matches with the letter A. So I am authentic. I am bold. I am courageous. I am a divine, dynamic speaker. I am enough. And just go through the alphabet and come up with a positive word that represents the I am, who you want to be, who you are inside, and own that. And I just do that in the morning before I get out of bed. And what, 2-3 minutes? It takes no time at all. But I get out of bed with this energy. I am all these amazing things. And it's a great way to start your day. As you can see, I've lost Cody technology-wise. I'm going to see if he can pop back in and continue our discussion. But if not, I can continue with you as well. So let's maybe summarize what we were saying. Just one second. All right, so I'm going to summarize what we're saying. We're all energy, right? We're all energy. We have the power to, there he is, he's back. So I was just sharing with them that I use the alphabet, and I go through I am and pick a different word for every letter of the alphabet. It only takes me like 2 or 3 minutes each morning. And, and it doesn't have to be in the morning. It can be any other time. And times when you're feeling down, right? Or you're about to go into a meeting that might be challenging, or into a discussion with someone that you know is going to be challenging. And just do those through your head. You do them in your head, you can do them out loud, you can write them down. I got another great tip, right? And that I learned this week, and that is sitting for guidance. I'm just sitting still and quiet and going, what is it? To the universe, higher power, God, whatever you call it. What is it that you want me to know today? Or whatever your question is. What is it I need to do in this situation? And then don't filter what comes into your head. Just write any words, any thoughts that come into your head on a piece of paper, and keep writing for 3, 4, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. And then go back to it and look at it later, right? So another thing I always say is calmer minds prevail, right? We take a minute to get into calm and get centered. We think more clearly in all situations versus being in our reaction mode, or fight or flight, which we are triggered in the world today. So, Cody, anything else you'd like to share with us this evening about your energy work?
I just think in general, I'm not here to promote my business or anything like that. I just truly want people to find what works for them, whether it's Reiki, whether it's soul coaching, whether it's getting out and exercising. I mean, I've had to go through so many different things in my life that have been extremely, extremely, extremely challenging for me. And I still go through hard times, and even getting into the energy work, that has been hard for me as well. And there's so many blessings in my life that come out of nowhere just because I pray, just because I say some of these positive affirmations, and just because I'm able to open my heart to a certain extent. Certain situations I feel a little more guarded, other situations I'm more freely to just completely open my heart. And the major thing is just find what works for you. If it's, exercising, taking your dog for a walk, anything like that, find what works for you, and don't be afraid to try different things. Listen to your heart. If something doesn't feel right, ask why. Like you said, even writing on those sheets of paper and that kind of thing, kind of dive in and see why you are feeling those things, why those thoughts are coming up. Ask, okay, does this feel like something I would say, or is this something that maybe the energy around me or something like that could be influencing? I think that's a major factor, especially for me when I'm more sensitive to some different energies, which is a blessing, and it can be a little more difficult as well. It's something that you really just have to learn to understand in a way and say, okay, I know myself way better than anyone else in this world, and I can tell when I'm either being manipulated in a way, or I can tell when I'm really feeling like it's my heart talking. And so I just encourage people to really look deeper within, and with Reiki it ties back to that, because with Reiki you start being more aware of those thoughts. You start being aware of who you truly are on a soul level, and on a very, very deep level. Experience has taught me is, okay, this is maybe where I got this from. This is maybe where I got this from, which isn't a bad thing, because I feel like you sign up for everything that you go through in your life. Whether that's before you were running, and that's my own personal preferences, and I stand by it 100%. And I think it's just something that you come with. Whatever comes to you is something that.
Oh, we lost you again, Cody. But I love what you said, and it's really about being in tune, right? In tune with who you are, in tune with your body, and which houses your soul, in tune enough to be able to make decisions based on that, right? And so I think what both of us are doing, Cody's energy work in all cases, and getting deep to help you deeply know yourself and use those tools to help you live the best life. And the work that I do with helping you to find your passions and using those as decision-making tools is all about helping people to find joy and peace and live the best life that they can live. And you have to want to go for it. You have to want to go for it, because it's not always easy, is it, Cody? Right?
Oh, no.
But it's rewarding.
Oh, no. But it's worth it. It is worth it.
It's
I think
it's absolutely worth it. So Cody and I are going to be involved in an event coming up on August 13th, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. In the Design District. And is it 6th Avenue or 6th?
6th Avenue.
6th Avenue. 6th Avenue, Northwest in Rochester, the Design District, based around the Beautiful Soul. It's a gift shop called A Beautiful Soul in the Design District, and they sell all kinds of spiritual tools and healing tools and metaphysical and awesome things. And all kinds of vendors are going to be there that day that do things like Reiki and tarot card reading. And help me out, Cody, who else can you think of?
Psychics, mediums, and I mean just a lot of vendors with jewelry and that kind of stuff too. Some musicians, artists, really just sharing their own unique style of how they go about representing what they believe in, which I think is very, very cool. And it's a very unique group that meshes together well too. So
yeah, awesome. And a group of people that just want to provide healing methodologies for people in this world to make it a better place, make it easier for everybody to get through their day and to live with joy and peace in their life. So it'll be a great place to hang out. I'm sure the vibrational energy that day is going to be on high around that area.
Yes, it will. Good day.
It's going to be a great day. So again, that's August 13th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And we're going to close with a drum circle that evening. Another awesome experience. So we hope that you'll all join us there for that day and meet Cody and I personally. And, speaking of which, on our Motivational Mondays, I've been sending out these messages, but the intention is really to have people pop in live and be able to have this conversation with Cody and I, or whoever my guest is that evening, and so that you can ask questions. Because again, we just want to help people find the tools that work for them to make their life the best that it can be. So we hope that you'll join us on Motivational Monday one night as well. Normally 6:30 p.m. every Monday night, and normally broadcast from Roca Climbing Gym on the northwest side of Rochester, which is just, you were talking about exercise earlier. So I have come to enjoy rock climbing as an exercise. It's interesting because I never really thought that I would enjoy it. And actually what I enjoy most is the free falling, rappelling down. That's what I enjoy the most. But you got to climb up.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, you got to climb up in order to be able to feel that feeling and be able to
Gotta do it.
down. And so I get my exercise climbing up, and then get that joy of rappelling down. So that's every Monday night from 6 to 9, and Motivational Monday calls will be built in at 6:30, and we're hoping to build a community of climbers, motivated climbers, on Monday evenings, and so that maybe we'll gather some more people from August 13th who'd like to hang out, and we'll raise the vibrations at Roca on Monday nights.
That sounds like fun.
That sounds like fun, right? And one of my passions is to do only things that are fun for me. So that's how I get.
That's good.
I'll sit and tell me, and I go, is this fun? If this is fun, I'm staying. If this is not fun, I'm going to question it and go, do I want to be here? Do I need to be here? Is this important in what I'm trying to accomplish in life? And if it's not, it helps me learn to say no to things that are not aligned with who I am. So I'll have to take Cody through the passion test sometime so that you can see how mine is as well. And I'd love to come and experience some of your work as well.
I love that. Well, thank you for taking the time to speak with me, and positive vibes out to all.
All right. I love that ending. Positive vibes out to all. Have a great week, and we'll hope to see you next week on Motivational Monday at 6:30. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Cody.
Bye-bye.